Hey, Demon Sheep,
Yes?
what do you think of Alien Earth?
God! I'm bleeding!
Oh, dear God, that's wretched.
Oh dear. It's fair to say I haven't enjoyed Alien Earth so far. After a brief respite on board the Maginot in episode 5, we're now firmly back with Wendy, her dopey brother, and the pretentious Peter Pan Prat Pack. Now I've watched episode 6 and 7, I think we can now officially make a case for this being the worst series of all time. I don't think I've ever seen something with so many plot holes and inconsistencies. Literally, nothing makes any sense. The creature effects get worse every week, the acting is embarrassing, the characters are thicker than the complete works of Charles Dickens, and the dialogue resembles something that might run out of your backside after you've had a particularly dodgy curry. The nonsensical dribble starts at the beginning of episode 6, when we find out that Nibs needs to have her memory erased. But no one thinks to tell any of her friends that this has happened. You know, a little heads up might have been nice.
Don't mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it all right.
Hey guys, maybe don't mention the big ship that crash landed killing all those people. Also, maybe don't mention to Nibs that some intergalactic squid almost popped her eye out and set up a nest in her brain. In addition, we have a secret lab full of deadly alien organisms which have the capability of wiping out the entire planet, but not only that, these specimens are extremely valuable and there are forces who are actively trying to steal them. You would think, under these circumstances, there would be some kind of security guarding this lab, maybe at least one armed sentry, maybe even a locked door to stop anyone wandering in whenever they fancy a trip to a local petting zoo. Why not have some sort of surveillance? You know, people actually watching on cameras to make sure nothing bad happens, and not just some brain-dead, drooling Billy Idol lookalike on an iPad. Perhaps the most absurd and ridiculous thing is the way Arthur is just left to roam around the complex after he's been given the old heave-ho. Because that's the way large multinational companies treat their staff when they're given the boot. In reality, every large multinational will have you frog-marched to your desk to make sure you don't even steal so much as a post-it note. Then, after you've collected your belongings, you're unceremoniously escorted from the building while everyone stares at you like you're some sort of leper. But not in the future, it seems. In the future, it seems you can be sacked from your job in a top-secret military base and you are free to roam around as you please. Not only that, but you get to keep access to all your security clearance codes, so you can sabotage tracking devices and security systems. You even get to keep access to the lab full of super dangerous and super valuable alien species. You know what the big joke is? We're supposed to be scared of the monsters like Tiocelis and D. Plumacare, but really, we need to be scared of the people running this island, because they're thick as pig shit. Arthur himself acts like a complete plank who completely deserved what happened to him. When he sees that Isaac is now missing a head, does he set off an alarm? Does he alert anyone that there is a containment breach? No. He just walks into an open cell full of flying acid-spewing bugs. Hermit continues to be the most annoying character in the history of anything. He's just so gormless, wimpy and nerdy. I really hope he dies soon, and painfully too. It'd be great if he were to be dissolved by the carnivorous plant, but I just can't see it happening. I think Hermit is in this for the long haul. When they're stood side by side, he even makes Wendy's character look interesting, so for that reason alone, Disney will keep him around. Once episode 6 is finished, we now move into the waking nightmare that is episode 7. And suddenly, it feels like I'm watching a Jurassic World movie. But as terrible as Jurassic World Rebirth was, the end creature actually looked quite scary. It was also filmed at night, and they effectively used the red flicker of the flare to increase the nightmarish atmosphere. You compare that to our plastic xenomorph filmed in the jungle, and then you realise how spectacularly wrong Alien Earth has gone. For some inexplicable reason, the xenomorph is now impervious to bullets, and now seems to be doing some feeble impression of a Demogorgon from Stranger Things. The enhanced physical capabilities of the xenomorph in Alien Earth make it almost cartoonish. It's like something from a Marvel show, and it clearly demonstrates that the writers didn't understand what made the xenomorph so terrifying in the first place. It was so much more than just an unadulterated killing machine. In fact, It was the keeping you alive part that made it so terrifying in the first place. Perhaps the worst part is that the alien is now a lovable and cuddly pet, which can be summoned by a spoiled 10-year-old brat anytime anyone upsets her. It's almost as if they were trying to create the John and Terminator relationship from T2.
A dipshit?
Just trying to help this punk.
Ground this guy. I can't believe he called me a
The really frustrating thing for me, and probably the most embarrassing thing for this show, is that I saw this all coming way before it aired. In my video a few months ago, I even used imagery from the Suicide Squad movie, the scene where Ratcatcher actually controls a group of army rats to take down the bad guy. So how did I see all this happening? Before Alien Earth started, I thought to myself, what is the worst thing the scriptwriters can do to the Xenomorph? What would really mess it up for all time? That's how I landed on my prediction, and Disney did not disappoint. For me, it's not just incompetence now. I actively believe Disney are intentionally trying to ruin everything. They know they're producing garbage, but they just don't care. Why they are doing it is beyond me. In terms of my other predictions, I still think that Nibs is going to be the next host for T.S. Ellis. I also think there's another monster which is going to be introduced. I think there will be something bigger, and I'm not just talking about D. Plumacare, which was teased in the trailer of the last episode. If the Xenomorph is going to be the good guy, which the planks at Disney seem determined to do, then there needs to be a formidable adversary. The stupidity in episode 7 is never ending. It continues with the two thickies in the worst side plot ever. The scene in the bedroom was so cheesy and corny, I actually felt like I was watching a sitcom. In fact, if you add a laughter track to their scenes, that's exactly what you get.
Chandler! Chandler! I saw what you were doing through the window! I saw what you were doing to my sister! Now get out here!
Listen, we had a good run. You know, what was it, 4, 5 months? I mean, that's more than most people have in a lifetime. So goodbye, take care, bye-bye then.
The scriptwriters also seem to have forgotten that these two characters are superhuman. Two of them struggle to carry around a bloke who looks like he's in desperate need of a McDonald's. Also, weren't they in a massive hurry to get to Morrow? But yet they still find the time to cobble together a makeshift raft for a reenactment of a weekend at Bernie's. Morrow, who's supposed to be one of the brainier characters in the show, just walks through the front door of a secret military complex and acts surprised when he is captured. Alien Earth is truly terrible. I know there will be those who say if you hate it so much, then don't watch it. But I'm invested now, and I'm morbidly fascinated to find out how much worse this show can get. Surely the finale can't be any worse. Can it?